Hey guys, Chart Stoppers back with another video. In this channel, we take a look at different stocks and map out their key support and resistance areas on their chart. It's important to know these areas before you buy any stock, and it's also important to know what kind of a trend a stock is in before you buy into it. Support and resistance is one of the most important things you should know about a stock before you either buy or sell. And also, if you're doing any day trading, swing trading, or options trading, you're definitely going to want to get familiar with support and resistance and also this channel. And just to let you know, I'm not a financial expert, but these videos are for educational purposes only, and I'm here to point out key factors on the charts which do impact the price action of a stock. I also provided a link in the description for Webull. You could use that, start an account, and you'll get 2 free stocks with it. And I also provided a link for Robinhood. You could use that to start an account and get 1 free stock. And also, just to let you know, we will be doing 3 videos per week on 3 different stocks. So if you have a recommendation for a video, leave a comment below and I'll try to get to it. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. So let's get into the market today. Today is July 2nd, 2021. It is Friday. We do have a long weekend coming up. The market is closed on July 5th on Monday because of the July 4th holiday. So let's take a look at how we're doing today. The S&P 500 is up 0.63%. The Dow is up 0.39%, and the NASDAQ is also up 0.63%. So all in all, it's a good day in the market. Everything is green and moving up. You can see we're just about at the highs of the day right around here, and we'll see what the rest of the day brings. Now let's get into the stock I wanted to take a look at today. I'm going to do another one on NIO. I've done a couple videos on this one in the past. I'll leave a link in the upper right hand corner. You should be seeing that right about now. And you could go back, check out those videos, see how I got to where my chart is now. But right now, NIO is currently trading at $50.53. Okay, it's down 37 cents on the day, which is the equivalent of about 0.75%. On the week, NIO is actually up 10.5%. In the past month, they are up over 22%. And in the past 3 months, they're up about 24.5%. And in the past year, it's up over 450%. So this stock has been on a run lately. The past month has been on a run. You could see here on the chart right in here. This stock has been going crazy since it hit those lows during this correction, and it looks like I have my chart not set up correctly here. You could see during this correction, we hit lows of, let's zoom in here, $30.71, and we hit that on May 13th, just a couple months ago, not even, okay? About a month and a half ago, we hit those lows of $30, and we've since traded up to, we hit a high yesterday of $55.13. So about a $20 swing there in the price action in a matter of a month and a half. So that's how fast this stock can move. And you could see here on the chart right here, we do have a 52-week high of $66.99. So about $67. And we hit that on January 11th of earlier this year. That was right after NIO Day happened. And, there was a lot of hype around this stock. A lot of people, riding the momentum with this thing. All these growth stocks were up around that time. And you could see, it traded sideways after hitting those highs. And right around the middle of February is when this correction started in the NASDAQ. And that's when you saw this stock take a huge dive, okay? It went from those, highs of around $65 up here, and it dove all the way back down to $35 here. And you could see, that's where it consolidated a little bit during the correction. We lost our support areas around $55.37. That was acting as support right up here. When it was trading around those all-time highs, we lost that very quickly. We ended up losing our $46 support right in here. That was around $46.30. You could see that was acting as support before they hit the all-time highs, and then it was acting as resistance after this correction here. So we lost that very quickly. We lost the $40 support line, which a lot of people, it did really nicely consolidate on the way up around $40. You could see hitting around that area a bunch of times and then shooting back up. So, I really couldn't believe that it dropped below $40 again after hitting a high of around 67 here. But we lost that. We traded all the way down to $35, and that's where it looked like it was going to bottom out at. We saw a triple bottom here. You could see 1, 2, 3, and it hit that 200-day moving average that third time, and it had a nice bounce off there, but it did get rejected by that 50-day moving average here and went all the way back down to $30.71 there. So that's ultimately where we bottomed out for this correction here, and since then we've had a massive upswing in this stock, and we did see a lot of volume come back to this one. It was looking like you see this huge dip in the volume rate in here when the correction was going on, but it looks like the volume has stabilized right down here where my mouse is and my arrow. You could see it's very nicely stabilized, and we're getting some very good volume each and every day here trading this stock. So the thing I wanted to point out on my chart, you could see these two white lines, and that is a parallel channel that I've noticed this stock has been trading in for the past, let's go back to the middle of May when it bottomed out. It's ultimately been trading in this channel here since then, since it bottomed out around $30 here. And you could see, it's been trading up, hitting the top of this channel right here, this top white line, and then coming back down. And this is acting as support, this other white line on the bottom here. So you got your resistance up here with this top line, and the bottom line is acting as support. And it's going through this channel nicely on an upward momentum here. So you could see we just topped out in our channel yesterday when we hit that high of $55.13 right here. And you could see it went above the channel a little bit. It opened above there and ultimately ended up selling off for the rest of the day here. So that's a pretty big candle there. Looks like a bullish or a bearish engulfing candle here. You could see how that red candle just engulfs this green candle from the prior day here. So we might have a little bit more downside to go. You could see today we dropped all the way to our 8-day moving average, and that's at $48.80 here. And you could see once it hit that 8-day moving average, which is my white moving average right here, this white line, once it hit that moving average rate in here, you could see the buyers really came in hard once they saw it hit that and get close to our bottom trend line here. And the buyers really stepped up and started buying up this stock. And you could see the nice little wick that it left going back up. So it is, making a little bit of a comeback today. It got back above $50. It briefly dropped below there. And we'll see what the rest of the day brings us. But, you might see some more downside here. I would probably expect this thing to sell off a little bit more maybe next week. And, ultimately probably come down to this bottom trend line. Or it could just trade sideways next week probably. And, with a little bit of downside momentum here. And because of this big engulfing candle here, that's why I would say there would be more downside to come. But you never know. That's just my opinion there. But I would expect it to nicely bounce off this trend line again. Because as you can see, we've bounced off that a couple times here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. You could see we bounced off this bottom trend line. So I would expect it to probably go ahead and touch that trend line again and have a nice bounce upwards back to the top of our parallel channel that we've been trading in. So on our daily chart here, you could see we are above all of our moving average. We're above our 8-day right here in the white, 21-day in the light blue, 30-day in the green, 200-day here in the yellow, and our 50-day is down here in the blue. So I'm just going to switch over to our weekly chart here, see what we have here. And as you can see, We are above all moving averages on this chart. Also on our weekly chart, looks like our 30-day moving average here in the green on our weekly chart is acting as support for these past 3 weeks. It was acting as resistance, but now it is acting as support here these past 3 weeks, okay? So just keep an eye on that. If we see it break below that 30-day moving average on our weekly chart, that would be broken support, and we'll have to watch that there. I'm going to switch over to the 4-hour chart, see what we have over here, and it looks like I got to turn my extended hours off, and we'll see what we could find. It looks like we're just below our 8-day moving average on our 4-hour chart, so that's why I was saying, you know, we might have a little bit more downside or sideways action coming next week here, since this thing has been on such a big run. I mean, look at all these step ups here you have on this 4-hour chart. Look at these green candles. Just a lot of bullish green candles all week here, just going up and pushing this stock higher and higher. Look at all those beautiful green candles there, just pushing this stock upwards in this channel, you know, and that's going back to May 13th there. So you could see the run this thing's been on. So that's why I'm expecting a cool off period, maybe go back around, touch this trend line, and then ultimately move back upwards in our channel. Okay, so I'm just going to switch over to our daily chart here. And the last thing I wanted to point out is, you know, during the correction that we had in the NASDAQ, you could see our 50-day moving average was acting as resistance here. And that's why it's important. I did have a trend line in my prior videos marking our downtrend, which was following our 50-day moving average. And you could see once it broke above that 50-day moving average here in the blue, this dark blue line here, which was acting as resistance, once it finally broke above there and held, and you could see it got back above that 200-day moving average, you know, you have to watch out for trends like that, because you could see, you know, you could have got in right on that break with this candle right here above that 200-day moving average and that 50-day. You know, it seemed to have come at the same time there. And, you know, you could have rode this momentum all the way up just playing the breakout of the moving averages and our trend line that we had here. I've since taken it off. But, you know, you could play that and you could make a lot of money with these just trend lines and playing the break above or below those trend lines. So just, you know, keep that in mind when you're trading. And also, you know, watch this parallel channel, because if you see it start to break down, you know, that's when you might want to get out, or if it breaks upwards, you might want to grab more, because it can always, you know, break above this channel and go up even further. So just keep an eye on that. Keep that in the back of your mind for trading. And I hope you guys liked my little update on NIO. I just wanted to do a little quick update, tell you what's been going on. And if you guys liked it, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and have your notifications on so you don't miss out on any new content here. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time on Chart Stoppers.